Welcome back, shooters. This time we're going to be talking about the Leupold Mark V. This is the rifle scope that was designed for the market of the professional shooter, either the military or the SWAT snipers on the police agencies. It is also designed for competitors and finally for the hunters who take long shots. Leupold, it's been all the time one of the main contractors for the U.S. government, all the different military branches, as also including the government agencies, the police, the frontier, the border patrols, and on many others. The Leupold it's preferred by all those agencies because they are the lightest on the market, as also the best on the light transmission during the nighttime or low light operations. Leupold, it is a brand that is proudly made in America. This is an American pure breed. They are designed, machined, and assembled in the city of Beaverton in the state of Oregon. Finally, every time you buy a Leupold item, you will be given a lifetime warranty for any defect, and if you bust them, and it's not only guaranteed to you, but it's also transferable. The specifications about this rifle scope is going to be that the only color that is going to be available, it is only black. They don't have any color at this time of the market, but the majority of the snipers, they will always spray paint them temporarily. The magnification is going to be from 5 to 25 at its maximum. This is going to be the throw lever. You don't have to buy a throw lever when you buy this one. It's already included. You can always unscrew it with a flathead screwdriver. It is a first focal plane reticle, so it's going to allow you to take a fast engagement without having to do any kind of doping at any magnification. That really gives you a lot of peace of mind. And it will allow you to do a range estimation when you're not supposed to do any ranging for the military, or when your laser it's down. The objective lens is going to be a 56 millimeters, so it's going to gather the majority of the light. That's one of the reasons people chose Leupold for long range engagement, as also the main tube, which is a 35 millimeters. The 35 millimeters is going to give you an extra elevation of all kind above the average on the market, and it's going to gather more light. The total of elevation, if I chose the mil, this is going to be a 34 mils of elevation. Is really an exaggeration. And if you're using the MOA adjustment, it's going to be 120 MOA of elevation. Is really way more than what the average 308 shooter is going to be using. But if you have the curiosity for using with a 50 caliber or 338 Magnum or those extreme long range, this one is going to have enough doping for it. For the windage, the adjustment, if you're using mil, you're going to have 17.5 mils on windage adjustment on total. And then if you're using MOA, you're going to have a 60 MOA adjustment when you're doping for your windage. The illumination color is going to be on red. I believe the three first one is going to be for night vision compatibility. If you're going to be using as a hunter, you're going to have to crank it up to the 6 or 7 power. So that way the whole grid is going to be illuminated, not only a few points. The whole grid is going to be illuminated. The kind of battery that it's going to be using is going to be the 2032, which comes included when you buy from the factory. The weight, which is the sales point that everybody goes for, it's going to be between 30 and 32 ounces. 32 ounces, the one with the illuminated options. This is the lightest one on the market. That's one of the reasons the military goes for them, because nobody likes to do rucksack marches or anything that is going to be heavy or adding more ounces to their combat gear. This is waterproof, this is fog proof, and it's also shock proof. I mentioned before they use the so-called Punisher, which is a factory recoil simulator that they use at the Leupold factory, and they have to surpass over 5,000 recoil simulation. That is 3 times the recoil of a 308 before they consider them that they should be sold to the public. So they're really shock proof, they're really heavy duty. The accessories that is going to come from the factory is going to be the sunshade. I never used them. The Leupold lens cover. This is the Leupold one. They kind of cover the field of view. I do not like them much, but they'll do the job. They really will cover and they will protect your lenses when you're cleaning your action. On the side, they're going to have the parallax adjustment turret. This is when you're switching your range from 100, then you go to 600, then you come back to 300, and then you go to 800. And for each one of those engagements, if you want to take a precise shot, you're going to have to play with the parallax knob on the sides to clarify the quality of the image. On the back, you're going to have the fast focus ring. It's just below the scope cover, the lens cover, but anybody can use it. That's something, if you need to wear glasses like me, that's something that you're gonna adjust. It's gonna help you with the you know, compensating for your, everybody's size is gonna be different. I definitely need one that option on each one of my precision rifle scope. And if when you're zeroing, you better use those, or you're running any gunpowder test, you'd really have to have your reticle as sharp as possible, and that's what you use with the ring adjustment on the back. The eye relief is really long, so if you're using a big caliber, you know you're not gonna get the scope tight. It's between 3.6 and 3.8 inches. The whole scope, it is made of a 6061 T6 aluminum, which is what the majority of the AR-15 open and lower receiver are made. So you know you're talking about something that is built to be used and abused. It also uses the Twilight Maximum high definition light management system that is classified. They do not disclose what consists of, but you know it's going to be, that's what allows the Leupold Mark V optics to see one of the best one to take night shots, or also using night vision devices. The what's it called? The turrets on the top, they are very tactile. They have like a locking mechanism on the first rotation. You're gonna have to press this lip over here so you can rotate it and adjust, and you can hear all the click. They are very audible, they are very consistent, they are very repeatable. And you have like a second mechanism indicator. When you're using on the first rotation, it's gonna keep the lip on the outside. They have like the first indicators on the bottom is gonna be up to 10, the second up to 11, and then on the top is gonna be up to 32, I believe. Every time you rotate, when you pass already over 10, this is 6, you will see the indicators on the back. When it reaches 10, you're gonna see how the lip on the post is gonna disappear. So you know you're already on the second rotation. It's almost getting, you see how the lip is coming inside. So from now on, you know you're on the second rotation. You're supposed to be watching the second indicators. And when you reach over to the third rotation, on top of the turret, it's gonna, you see how this indicator over here, the lip over here is gonna go inside, and then the third rotation, this little piece of metal is gonna protrude on the outside. You know you're all the way on already on the third rotation. You're already over close to the 24, 23, because I'm using a different base. Once you turn it back all the way back, it's gonna have a zero lock mechanism. But if you were taking, you already know, because the lip is outside, we already know that we are already on the first rotation. It will return to 0, but if you were ever taking shots in abrupt changes of temperature, you will have a minus 5 of adjustment to compensate for. The reticle that is going to be available is going to be the TMR. I mentioned it and I kind of posted a little bit about it on my reticle types on my playlist, and then the type of reticle playlist, so you can have an idea what they consist of. There is another reticle that is available, is the CCH, that is mostly used by competitors. They have a partnership with the Horus Vision. They use the Horus H59 reticle type. And then finally the Tremor 3, which is the one I chose. A lot of people, they consider the Tremor 3 kind of heavy. I really love it. It didn't took me too long to get used to it. It is very similar to the EBR 7C by other optics producers, but they're not difficult to understand. They're not busy, nothing wrong with them. The things that I think they could have been done better. The only color that they have available for the rifle scope is going to be only black mate. They don't have any flat dark earth or any olive green, which I prefer for all my firearm parts. Another thing about this kind of rifle scope, if you choose any of the Horus reticles, I mean the H59 or the Tremor 3, you know you're going to have a hard time finding those reticles on any ballistic software. They are very jealous about their copyrights and royalties, and they really don't want to share them with anyone, instead of just allowing a lot of free marketing, so people will get more familiar with them and instead buying them more. But you know, I chose the Tremor 3, but I used the EBR 7C on my ballistic software, and they are very similar. Another thing that I do not like about this one, it's the from the factory scope covers. I prefer the one that they tilt all the way back so they do not cover my field of view on the front. And finally, it is a little bit frustrating when you take this one to the field or even at nighttime operations. Or I took it to one of the bridges here in Florida because I go running sometimes. And it was really frustrating to see how this can be used even at nighttime. I would say like 45 minutes after sunset, 30 minutes after sunset, because it really gathers a lot of light and it allows you to see when it's already everything dark. So if you are a military, if you are a police, a SWAT, a sniper saving life, I wouldn't hesitate about buying this one as your duty rifle scope. Some people might tell you need to buy the European rifle scope because they cost $6,000 and you get what you pay for. Actually, you don't. If you want to test the quality for any rifle scope, if you're gonna do like a dogfight or match or something, you can go online and you can type a scope resolution testing chart, and this is the first one that is gonna pop out. You can match the definition of the scope, the clarity of the several scopes. This is gonna be for the clarity. However, if you go to thinaccuracy.com, you can print these two charts, and when you compare them, different scope on the red band, this is gonna give you the clarity during night operation on the red and green band, or even the purple one, so you can compare them which one can read the bars with more sharp image. This is supposed to be on the 100 meters. They all have their different instruction. It's just something that you're gonna have to do. That's gonna be your homework. But you know, this one you compare the clarity with this one. You compare which one is gonna be the best one for night operations. And definitely the Leupold Mark 5 to 25 at 56 is gonna be among the best one on the red area. That's all I have to share with you, friends. Thank you so much for your time, for following, for subscribing. Don't forget to share it and like it. If you have any questions related to this product, please leave your comments below. I will be more than glad to help you all. You'll have a wonderful day and God bless you all.